So Shihaku is left coming out, boom, right coming out, boom. Feet. Confrontations. Block, block, bringing this up. Okay. We've been through about a dozen plus of these so far. Okay, and so you're gonna see kind of like the same. Oh, they're gonna start looking similar now, but the lessons can be different. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna kind of change this class a little bit to kind of like make you guys understand like how I kind of look at this. The first question I always ask is, why? Why the hell would you abandon a perfectly good stomp kick? Right, you come right down their center line and you have it, and boom, you can blow them right up. Right, with the Koto Ryu fashion, just knocking him down. Like, why would you do that? Was it a feint? And did they react? And now I got to go into something else. Did I come around? Oh shit, the distancing was wrong, so I need to adjust to get the hit in there. Maybe they blocked it. Maybe I put this up there and they actually blocked it. So then you have to like, okay, all those things make sense to me. It's like, okay, well, if that happened, and say let's lose the blocking situation. So we've looked at some with feints already, and we've looked at some, and we can look at the distancing thing. So if this is happening, Matt's coming 1, 2, and I go to do this, and Matt blocks this. So I come up and you kind of just really block it. Does the rest of the kata make sense? Well, actually kind of does. Actually kind of makes it easier. Because if you don't do the block and you're keeping your hands up, and I come around here, this is a hard shot. I'm going right through his hands. Well, if Matt blocks this, oh, now I got something. Oh, okay. So maybe it was a block. So let's explore that. That's kind of how I started looking at things. Like, what, if this was for something, does the rest of the kata actually make more sense? Does it go into other sense? Does it? And for me, and when I look at it from a blocking standpoint, this makes a lot more sense. That shot's a lot easier to pick up. Well, okay, so if I do a perfectly good stomp kick right down the middle, it means I gotta have some distance, right? I can't do a stomp kick from really right here. It won't work. It's gonna eat me. So I'm in the position for a stomp kick. Matt can see this. He sees this, hence why he can block it, hence why I can come in. Okay, so we're giving him something he can actually deal with if he's smart enough. If he's not smart enough, then I just straight up kick the guy. All right, and I put him down to the ground. But if he's halfway talented, great, I go from here. So could this be setup? Or could this be an accident? Or could this be, I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm going to keep all quantum realities alive at the same time. Okay? I know we're going to wait for the first one, boom. I know we're going to wait for the second one. So if I can kick Matt and he doesn't do anything, I'm going to kick Matt. But if I go and Matt blocks this, wow. So what does that entail for me? It means I have to be able to, for a moment, be okay on one leg. And Matt has to be able to do something with that leg, and I'm still okay. Keep option B open, because we're just saying this is a stuck block. What if, as Matt does this, he doesn't just block it, he pushes it off to the side? I still have to be able to work. Okay? I have to disassociate this leg from the rest of my body to be able to have it do something but have it not affect me, to have it not knock me off balance. Because if I couldn't do that, I Achilles, Matt, and I do this, I'm over here and I got a sword coming down in my back. Historically uncool. Okay? So I need to be able to, in a situation where if I put this up and Matt moves, oh, fine. I can readjust even though he's moving one of my appendages. Okay? So can we experiment with that? Can we check that out? Again, just following the question, why? Why the hell would you do this? Well,
Okay, well, if you follow that conclusion, well, okay, what if you, okay, that's great. But what if you get it out of the way? Can you still make it work? Well, yes, you can. If you can have something hit one part of your body, but not have it affect the rest of your body. Huh. Can you do that? And so this is how I start examining concepts and how pulling stuff out of it. You know, why? Well, if, when, what? Maybe could, is it possible? Let's try it. Let's figure it out. So right now we're on this thought process of, this is a block. This is not completing itself because it's a block, but it's not just a straight block. It's an outward block that normally would screw me up, but I can still accomplish the rest of the concept. Okay, you see, kind of, I'm trying to give you an insight on my thinking of how to decipher these things. Does that make sense? All right, can we do that? Can we just have a disassociated leg and still get that? Notice I am switching the shock to the other hand because this leg is getting put out, but I'm still using it coming there. Can we do that? What if it was checked by the leg? The same way that it was before. Matt checks this out and it's like, ooh, okay. Oh, that works just like the hands. So coming in, 1, 2, Matt's gonna clear this leg and cool pin. Right back down. Does that make sense? So now we're doing this little clearing with the leg. I disassociate, put it over there. Okay, what was this thought experiment? This thought experiment is like, why the hell would I pull a perfectly good stomp kick out of the middle of the punch down? And it's like, well, what if it was blocked? Well, if it's blocked, great. That worked. Okay, that was blocked down with the hands. What if it was blocked out with the leg? Oh, great. That works. Okay, what if it was blocked out with the leg? Great. That works. But did we notice something? And again, this is why I say the most defining characteristic of any, I think, really good martial arts is curiosity. Did you notice something that when we were doing that? When we were doing that version where they're clearing out with the leg, did you notice something that looked a little odd for a second? Yeah. For one quick second, Matt and I are doing the same exact damn thing. 1 second, Matt and I are both on one leg doing that. And he is in the exact same position I am and probably has even a better shot to throw that than I do. Huh. Well, shit. You know? So we can either A, go with the kata and say, well, great. Now I can actually change this kata entirely and have it be an offensive kata. Because Matt's the one who's going to win. Matt's the original aggressor. Matt's beating me down. And I'm just getting out of the way. I go to do this kick and he gets out of the way and then he goes. We just changed the kata. We just made it an offensive kata on his part where the attacker is doing the exact same thing. Okay? That's one path that we could go down. We're gonna go down. How do we solve for this now? How do we solve for me being the good guy? Because obviously Matt is not the good guy, as you can tell. Because I don't know, I just said that. As this comes in and he does this, I'm gonna block. All right, we pull stuff right out, Sanshi. We're gonna still, again, operate off of one leg. How can I operate off of one leg? Because in that second, that third one, I'm in one leg. Oh, I need to feel the cheese. Okay, I'm gonna go right down to fork fundamentals. Remember when we forked on the road saying, oh, the leg was pushed out this way? First we had to stop and hit, what if it was pushed the other way? Which would make a lot more sense for Matt. You know, I assume because Matt was the one who was doing it. So let's start that same thing. 1, 2, I go for this. He got pushing me that way. Oh shit. I got my back instantly. How do we deal with that? Well, let's find out. 1, 2, I go for it. Remember, I disassociate with this. Remember, I need to have me do this, but not have it affect me. I need to have this not sting me. I need to have Matt fit this leg. And then it'll come right back in. Right? I need to have it stop the energy transfer before my hip. Right? As long as like it's a Matt pushing me, my body was tight, he would turn me totally. I need to have him do it. And have that just cut off, like surface off. Okay? So from the footwork standpoint, as he does this, this leg deadens. I would probably come in and do something around here, you know. But in other words, to be able to get in a full shot, you know, kind of say, okay, how can you? Well, you can still get a shot from the side. But invariably, I'd probably let this take me around and probably try to gallop him this way. But in essence, just try to say knock and punch. We'll approach it this way. Does that make sense?
That makes it way more sense.
Yeah. Just, I mean, same thing, you know. I mean, the shot to the side of the head is, you know, we're trying to stay true. So if you're from me, boom, I said, what you with this? Boom. He does this. And that Boshiken right to the side that we've seen in other contests before. You know, I think we saw that actually. We still actually. So 1, 2, oh. There's that option too. Now, invariably, would that be the response from this if I do this and he hits me? No, probably not. I'm probably coming in and around here and doing something, you know? But and that's to stay kind of more with the flow of the kata. We're kind of, how can we get this side back in and work that distancing? Because we saw in the first part that this distancing is weird, right? This original punch is on, okay? So we can now experience that odd distancing with this leg being up in the air over here. And how can we make the foot work? Do we still experience the same aspects of a kata with totally different angles? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So kind of understand what we're doing with this class is we're looking at this one kind of question from this one kata and then kind of exploring what makes sense if that happens, 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 right? So now let's kind of go back and ask a different question. Well, how can I use this on the ground? How would this translate to the ground? Okay, well, let's see. So if Matt's here and say he's down guard, well, I think we know the first, he's got the first hit, boom, second hit, boom. But we have a fake knee, right? We had this fake hit and he blocked that. It's like, well, can't really fake a knee here, but what could I fake? What if I faked a kick out? Right? What if I faked that kick out? And Matt knew that was going to happen, so he just kind of jumped down on that knee. Or just pressed down. Boom, boom. Great. Oh, awesome. Great. You can just do that. Okay. Or what was your other option, Matt? You're just spitballing this. So 1, 2. I go for this kick out. You oh, great. Ooh, we can work that. All right. So now, same thing. Was it a fake? Was it a feint? Did he block it? We're gonna make the assumption that he blocked it. Okay. Which one do you like better, Matt? The first one or the second one?
I think the first one.
Let's do the first one then. All right, because we're kind of learning this together. Well, not really. I know the show. But so I'm here. Matt feels this, and he's gonna just jump down on that leg. Okay, but in doing so, he had to change his position. Right? He had to kind of come up here, which is not good. This hand's not good, so we're gonna just pull this around, get in here, grab something on this side of his face. Nose, glasses, mouth, beard. Got the beard. All right. Turning his head around into here, bringing him over, and then just getting him into the nice. Sure. The key on this, I'm just going to tell you, we just start that whole thing, just a little added extra thing I see people do in this position all the time. Boom, as I go to this, is when I get up to here, don't try to pull Matt this way. Don't try to pull him this way. Rotate his head on his spine. I'm pulling straight down. That actually makes Matt lean. From here, he's laying on my hip. So I'm gonna move my hip out of the way.
Nice, so it come down around. There you go, in here. Get this. Okay.
Okay. And I did it with you, and you would go over. Yeah, you would go over. You'd leave me this hand. And you'd post on so I could pull and get in here. Mark that time went like this. Okay, so now this is going to be different now because I can't really go that way. No, I can't. So now I actually have to kick out and go this way. Right. So that change of that hand changed the whole thing.
We haven't done swords in these for a long time. And there's this same foot. We're gonna go back to the original kata. Now, just the last 5 minutes. I think you guys will get this easily. Okay, so Arn. Right punch. And again, no clue why he's trying to punch me while I have sword. I mean, we'll just assume he's just challenged. Okay, so I'm gonna block that right. Boom. I got you all left. One. The second one's gonna come in. Okay? I'm gonna give him this shot. He's gonna block it.
So.
And I'm gonna kill him. Okay? The interesting thing, you need a block. Okay? So what I want you to do on this one is the first one's here, boom. When you pick this part up on the second one, don't pick it up like it's picking up at the scabbard. Here. So see it's halfway up the belt. If you want to not even use this and not work the draw, I'm perfectly fine with that. As this comes in, he blocks it, boom. I grab this, I pull back on this. And down. Okay, so I get two things right. If you just want to go with the sword itself, perfectly fine. If you've never had a sword, and you've never worked drawing, perfectly acceptable. The first one comes in, 1, 2. Okay. Makes sense? This kata, right? That has this weird thing in it. This unfulfilled stomp kick. So we've examined why. Now we could easily have taken this whole class and go, what if it was a feint? Great. All right. And then we kind of get into something that's more like we look to like a cap, when remember that upward feint to set something up? Or that lift kick to get in there like Uranami. Okay, we kind of see some stuff like that. Tengeki, which is another one that we're gonna look at, also has the same concept. We got to feint high but going low, and sometimes these are taught as sisters. This one's high, here. This one's here to here. All right, but there's another thing to look at. All right, is we have that aspect, and this is what I really like about that. Is if he blocks this off to the side, just this. How can I have it not affect? So let's say block that outside. How can I have this not affect? How can I deaden that leg so it doesn't turn into this happening to me? How can I disassociate this leg so it doesn't matter? I find that incredibly interesting and incredibly useful. How else could we use that? All right, the first one comes in, he's gonna just throw, oh shit. But now in the spirit of this kata, because remember, we were on one leg for a second, but we were able to get down to a punch. I'm going to be on one arm for a second. I'm going to be able to come in silly. Right, so even though this would be a reaction, as this, going to still proceed. All right, can you disassociate? Whatever it does to you, can you still get yourself in a position? You know. There's another part I want you to experience out of this, but we're not quite there yet. But make sure every single one of these is, whoa, I'm trying to lean, you know, and I see, right, you just want to let it die. Right? Can you disassociate? But I'm throwing as hard as I can every single time. His goal is to let it go, but we're taking with it. Okay. Let's go back into another path that we had at one point in time, where we looked at, hey, this is very obvious. Right? This is very obvious. So it brings down his hands. Remember that? So you're like, I don't have the punch. But if I can bring down his hands, now I can punch. Remember that path that we started down and we deviated off? So I can use this to move his hands into a better position for another shot. That's good enough. Well, what if I could use that to get his hands out of positions that I don't want him to have because he has a better shot on me. So let's start, kind of left, right. I'm gonna keep this very, very close. I'm gonna pull this out and I'm here. All right. Maybe Matt's got a really good shot at my face. My hands are way out of position. He's coming over the top. This is not good. Do we agree? But if I do that, he may block that. Great. And I can come right in. I don't like where that hand is at all. That hand isn't, thanks. Now I'm gonna use that same concept of I need to move Matt's hands because I don't like where they are. They're not in an opportune spot for me. Now, if he doesn't move his hands, great, I still need him. Okay? But if we get to here, I'm like, hey, Matt, oh, thanks. That's what I want you to do. I need you to move that hand, appreciate it. Okay? I gotta get a home Yaku in that. You know this. All right? So, left, right, we're gonna keep it a little tight, and I'm gonna see that Matt, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna purposely put myself out. Matt's got a great shot right over the top. I think we agree. Right? We're gonna throw this in, get the block, and then great. Okay? That makes sense?
Shihan, finger beating, the finger snapping, Koto Ryu Shoden level. I wanted to approach this class tonight too because you kind of seen some stuff like this before. We'd seen feints, we've seen the shots come up, setting up other shots and stuff like that. So I didn't want to do that class again for you guys. Made no sense. But there are some cool aspects in this if we kind of know the questions to ask. All right, why? Why is that happening? Why are they doing that with Kata? What is the UK's response? Is there a response? Should there be a response? That doesn't make sense. Question. Be curious, because then you can find out different things. If we weren't curious, we would have never found out that aspect of, well, wait a minute, if he hits that leg, boom, how do I get that shot in? I have to do something kind of funky with my body. I gotta let this leg go. I have to disassociate that. Holy shit, can that actually be done? Yes, it can. Oh my gosh. How do I use that? Can I use that other places? If you're not curious, you'll never find those answers, right? And unless you have a teacher who knows how to tell you those answers, which again, that means their teacher had to be curious and they're not, you know, and so the lineage dies somewhere. So I mean, it's why I always implore people, like, ask why.